This question 5, is something that might throw a lot of people off. It's just straightforward, short things, no numbers. What weight of fuel was fit into a petrol tanker? You might look at that and think, oh my god, I have no idea how to work that out. Well, the important thing is to make some assumptions, so things we might know. So, what would the density of fuel be? Now, you might not know that, but you're probably aware of the density of water. So density of water is about 1,000 kilograms per meter cubed. That's how the kilogram was defined. It was the weight of 1 litre of water. So 1,000 kilograms per meter cubed, because you've got 1,000 litres in a meter cubed. So that's the density of water. Now, would the density of fuel be lighter or heavier than that? We know that fuel contains a lot of fumes because that's what it heats up, and which means it's got more of a gaseous element to it, which means it's going to be lighter. And you also might be aware that when petrol gets poured into water, it floats on top, so it's got to be less dense than water. So we know that the density of fuel is going to be less than water, not by a lot. It's not going to be like twice as light, it's just going to be a little bit lighter. So we'll say it's roughly 700 kilograms per meter cubed. So this is just making assumptions. You've got to be able to approximate some stuff and be able to make an educated guess of what it might be. Now if we look at a fuel tank, I'll do a really terrible drawing of a fuel tank for you. So it looks something like that. And what can we say about this? We've got to approximate its dimensions. So if we say that the radius here is about 2 meters, and we can say that the length is going to be a lot longer than a car, so we can say that's something like 15 meters. You don't need to choose the exact values. You could say the radius is 2.5 meters, you could say that the length is 12 meters, you could say that the density is 800 meters. It's about approximating and being able to have some sort of justification for the numbers that you're writing down. So we've got these here now, and now we want to find what weight of fuel would fit into a petrol tanker. So we need to find what mass of fuel will be in that petrol tanker. So to do that, we know that density equals mass divided by volume. So if we want to find mass, then it's equal to density times volume. So first of all, we need the density of the fuel tanker. The volume of the fuel tanker. So that's V, volume of the cylinder, equals pi r squared, so it's radius, times the height, which is pi times 2 squared times 15. And that gets us something about 180 meters cubed, roughly. Again, it's all approximations, so I'm not going to do it exactly, because if you choose a slightly different number, you'll get a slightly different answer, so you don't need to be exact. So now we've got the volume, 180 meters cubed. We can work out the mass by just doing the volume we've worked out here, 180 meters cubed, times by the density of the fuel, like there. So that's getting us 700 times 180, which is again roughly about 130,000 kilograms. Now it does say weight, so this is a mass, so I might be a little bit pedantic and make sure you convert that into an actual weight, which is a force. So if you're not aware, weight equals mass times g, so I'll then do 130,000 times 9.8, but we're being approximate, so we're just going to use 10 instead, and that gets us 130,000, and that would be the weight of the fuel in the tank. If you've got any questions about that, then don't be afraid to ask, and just don't be afraid to make approximations if you're doing a question that hasn't given you any values. An important part of physics and degree level and A level stuff is being able to approximate numbers when they're not given to you.